Have you ever listened to a song that really spoke to you on a deep emotional level? Now, maybe it was a song that made you feel like you weren't alone in your struggles, or one that helped you process difficult emotions. Well, actually, there is this one song that I think captures the relationship between music and emotions quite well. So this song was released back in 1984. And even though it has been around for quite some time, its message is still relevant today. So I revisited this song recently and I realized that the lyrics capture this important connection between music and self-compassion. So hey, my name is Sabrina McKenzie and I'm a PhD student in music psychology at the Melbourne Conservatorium of Music at Melbourne University, and I am under the supervision of two brilliant minds, Dr. Solange and Dr. Margaret Osborne. So through my PhD, I have been exploring how music can serve as this tool in processing challenging emotions and fostering a deeper connection within ourselves. So in this video, we'll briefly look at how music listening can cultivate self-compassion. But before we get to that, let's have a closer look at what is self-compassion. So a good place to start is thinking, have you ever been in a situation where you were really hard on yourself? Maybe you made a mistake, or you didn't quite live up to your own expectations, and then you found yourself dwelling in all the ways that you fell short. Hey, it's a common experience, but sometimes not a pleasant one. Now, this is where self-compassion can come in. Self-compassion is all about treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would to a friend that was going through a tough time. It is a powerful tool and a strong predictor of mental health. Over the past few decades, researchers have been exploring this concept of self-compassion and its potential benefits for our mental and emotional well-being. One of the researchers in this field is Professor Paul Gilbert, who defines self-compassion as a basic kindness with a deep awareness of the suffering of oneself and of other living things. He also emphasizes this importance of understanding the causes of our pain and taking steps to alleviate it rather than pushing it away or ignoring it. Now, another influential figure in the field of self-compassion is Dr. Kristin Neff. So, drawing on the teachings of Buddhism and other spiritual traditions, Neff defines self-compassion as an emotionally positive self-attitude. Now, Dr. Kristin Neff has also developed a conceptual model of self-compassion and emphasizes three components. So first off, we have self-kindness, and that's all about being gentle and understanding towards ourselves, even when times get tough. Secondly, there's common humanity, and common humanity is about acknowledging that shared human experience and reminds us that we're not alone when we struggle. Now, finally, there's mindfulness. And mindfulness helps us to observe our thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. This allows us to respond to ourselves with compassion and understanding rather than harsh self-criticism. So these three key areas, self-kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness, are intended to offset negative consequences. And they do this by focusing on their opposite positive counterpart. So as an example, self-kindness versus its opposite negative counterpart, self-judgment, common humanity versus isolation, and mindfulness versus over-identification. Okay, so let's go back to that song that I spoke a little bit about at the start of this video. And it is none other than Elton John's Sad Songs Say So Much. So the opening lyrics are, guess there are times when we all need to share a little pain, and ironing out the rough spots is the hardest part where memories remain. And it is times like these when we all need to hear the radio, 'cause from the lips of some old singer, we can share the troubles we already know. So we can link these lyrics back to cultivating self-kindness and mindfulness, especially when we are experiencing hard times. But specifically those last two lines, 'cause from the lips of some old singer, we can share the troubles we already know. This links nicely back to common humanity, that shared human experience, and acknowledging that we're not alone in our struggles. Towards the end of the song, the chorus repeats, sad songs, they say so much. music can provide a sense of catharsis, a release, allowing us to experience our emotions and process them. With research suggesting that music listening can stimulate almost any emotion felt by a person. Now, in a study which is part of my PhD, we have been asking young adults to share some experiences that they have had with music listening and self-compassion. And so now we'll have a look at some of those responses that we have collected and continue to make those connections. So here's one. Was going through a period of intense self-doubt and hatred. Discovered a song I felt really connected to by chance, listened to it on repeat and felt myself feeling less of these consumed negative thoughts and really felt like I wasn't alone and I wasn't as bad and horrible as I thought I was. Okay, so areas of Neff's model can be seen here. Self-kindness versus self-judgment, and also common humanity, acknowledging that they're not alone in their struggles. Now let's have a look at another response that we received. When I had broken up with my girlfriend at the time, music has helped me to let it all out as I get a feeling of oneness with the musician. And here's another. When I first came out, I made a Spotify playlist with lots of songs by queer artists with gay lyrics. And that really helped me feel like part of a community and helped me hate myself a little less. So I would say that falls under self-kindness and common humanity. So as we have explored in this video, music can be a powerful way to connect with our emotions and find comfort and support in those difficult times. Whether it is through the lyrics of a song, the melody of a favorite tune, or the communal experience of live music, we can find solace and connection in the sounds around us. And in many ways, this experience of listening to music can be a form of self-compassion. By allowing ourselves to experience and express our emotions, we create a space for kindness and understanding within ourselves. Rather than judging or pushing away our feelings, music listening can be a tool to help us embrace them with open hearts and open minds. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more about the research that we are doing, the best place to start is heading over to AMPS's YouTube channel. There is a keynote presentation there that was presented at their last conference, which is around the study that we have conducted on music listening in cultivating self-compassion. While you're there, make sure you check out all the other videos. There is an amazing wealth of knowledge all around the topic of music psychology. And if you'd like to continue the journey and to find out how this study progresses and the extending studies that we will look at as well, do head to whenmusicbreaks.com where you can connect with me and continue the journey. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope to connect with you soon.